Hi and welcome, I'm Jason Walker. This is Walker Tea Review. Today we're going to be looking at BiLuoChun, three Chinese characters meaning roughly equivalent to a spring, snail, not the most pleasant sounding name. Interesting story about BiLuoChun. It seems that in the early days of marketing and talking about these teas, the story arose that the young virgins were the ones who picked this tea, and they didn't just grasp the leaves, toss them in a basket hanging over their shoulder. They took these delicate young leaves, and they didn't belong in a basket, so they would tuck them into their bosom. Apparently this gave some kind of market value for those who needed a little extra titillation in their teas. None of that here today. Today we're looking at teas, etc., etc., etc. BiLuoChun Reserve. Directions that we have here: 1 teaspoon per 8 ounces of water. Water temperature 175 degrees and a brew time of 3 minutes. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this. I'm going to take a pinch out. I'm not going to put it into my bosom, but I am going to spread it here on our paper for us to look at. At the same time, I'm going to take the rest of this into our pot. Got to get this take right, huh? Give these boys and girls a bath because they have been playing in the processing area with all the dust. And you know what? I don't have a cup, so I'm going to be in trouble in a few minutes. Can you run and get me a cup very quickly? Don't have to pause it. Let it keep going. Now, these guys are going to steep a little bit longer than usual, but as we are doing that, we can talk a little bit about the leaves. BiLuoChun leaves are known for having the curled shape, which resembles a snail. Thank you. Yes, we'll pour that boy in there. Other things I can mention as we are going along. The BiLuoChun goes for 1 ounce at $8.95 US dollars, $8.95 that is. Our dry leaves, you can go ahead and take a look at our dry leaves now. Okay, as we look at them here, what I'm seeing here are colors, as you can see as well. We've got kind of a silver green for our lighter colors. We have a darker, almost like a formal army uniform, dark green color would be the best way to describe it. And yes, they are kind of squiggly, like we would expect a BiLuoChun to be. You'll also notice that these leaves are downy or fuzzy, which gives us the appearance of young, tender leaves. Okay. Smells that we have that we can pull out of there. We've got smells like steamed spinach, a little bit of packaging tape, some of the stuff that when you tear open a box that you've gotten through the post office, or when you're packaging the tape to ship out, some of that kind of gluey adhesive smell, which once in a while you kind of enjoy. Other things that we've got a little bit of the sweetness that you would sense or get out of a fresh parsnip. So all those smells come together pretty nicely, give us a fresh smell. Shape we talked about was good. Okay. We also want to look at our liquid. Okay. So I'm going to push this aside for now. Have a look at our liquid here. So our color scale, you can see we've got a very light green, okay, a kind of a pale yellow as well. I see a higher concentration of down in our cup. Okay. Before we go into the taste, let's also talk some about the smells that we're getting out of the wet leaf. Now our wet leaf has a little bit of a boiled lima bean smell. I get kind of a smoked cigar smell as well. Okay, our leaves have opened up, as a matter of fact. Get out a few here and kind of toy around with that. I'm going to turn this there so you can see quite clearly that what we have. I have to move this back so I can see. Got some nice tender leaves, quite small, still very delicate, still curled up quite a bit. Okay, nothing big. You don't see you don't see any stems really. You do see what looks like the bits of two side leaves and the bud in the middle, all very young and tender. Nice looking there. Okay, now let's jump in, see what our cup offers us. I'm gonna suck and slurp a little bit to draw in some of the air, unlock flavors. Really, you're smelling your tea more than you're tasting your tea. Yeah, now in my cup I'm getting some of that same lima taste. I'm getting some of the same smoked cigar. Okay. As it gets into the back of the mouth, there's this little pop of kind of a sweet taste. It sits right in the back near the top of your mouth. Nice little surprise, nice little hello, here I am. So that's good. The body, pretty light, even compared to other BiLuoChuns, still lighter. Little or no astringency. Yeah. So, to kind of wrap up what we've got here, BiLuoChun from TeasEtc. We had a good looking leaf, downy, delicate, small, fuzzy with down. So good marks on that. We had leaves that opened up, that responded well to the water. Another good sign for our wet leaf. Our cup, we had down floating in our cup, which was what we expect. We had a color that was pale, that was what also you would see for most of your BiLuoChuns, so that's good. Not the strength of the body. BiLuoChuns are not, like I said, not always known for having that extra oomph. We had that little pop of excitement there inside. So all in all, 89. Almost ready to get up into the upper 90s, very close to that high quality. I see why they use the term reserve. So yes, we're getting an upper level, upper scale tea, not yet what I would classify as high quality. So very good effort. TeasEtc. BiLuoChun. I'm Jason Walker. This is Walker Tea Review, where we're finding great teas at great value.